Okay. Am I? No, I am not audible. Now, now I should be. Yeah, I'm audible. Okay. Um, welcome to whoever might be watching this currently or in the future. Let's see here. I need to get some music up, don't I? Some music that's not. Let's see here. That's. Hmm. This is the one I used last time. This lo-fi. No, 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 no. And I need to boost my volume a little bit and see if because I was watching the replay last time is a little bit soft. So all right. So I'm gonna do some more Flask stuff tonight. Work on integrating some new tools and frameworks that I've been playing with, and but and also tonight, whereas last time I did started the crypto tracker application, tonight I'm just going to do an API. I generally do APIs anyway. Is what I generally work on with is APIs, not necessarily anything that would be a front end. So. All right, let's get started here, and so I'll cd into my source directory, and then what'll I call this? I don't know. Late night API. Why not? Why not? Let's do that. Late night API. There we go. Okay, and I'll make a virtual directory. This takes a... Oh, and I should also, while I'm at it here, I should probably bump up the size here. Okay. There we go. All right, now that's easier to read. And okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so now if I just do a code-r dot, and it's going to open up another one, that's okay. All right, and then Control-Shift-P, select interpreter, and it finds that one. Okay, great. Okay. So I'm going to need Flask RESTful. So we'll pip install Flask. And actually Flask RESTful would install Flask, but at any rate, we'll get there. Pip install Flask RESTful. What else? Let's see here. Is do install Flask SQL Alchemy. And I'm trying to think what else. Flask migrate. Not going to use that much tonight probably, but you need to get it in there early. And let's see here. Let's install Flask JWT extended. I'm thinking that's all for right now because I'm going to need Verkzoid. But that's installed with Flask. So I think that'll be enough right now. Okay, so I'll start off by creating an app folder, and the app folder is going to be a module. So I'll create an init.py file in there. And I've got some. I don't understand what those. I don't understand why those warnings are coming up. What else? Okay, so that lost my train of thought. So now, and I've got notes over here so that I don't mess up too bad. Okay, so what I need to do is my application factory, which will be called create app. And then I'll create the app. Whoops, that needs to be actually imported. So from Flask import. No, I got it backwards. Okay, from Flask import Flask. App is going to be equal to Flask name, and then we will return the app. Okay, this is just kind of boilerplate stuff here. Then I'll create a main.py, and from app import create app. Whoops, and then app equals create app. All right. Couple of new things. Or one new thing. So first of all, I'm going to make a config.py. No, I don't want to search. I want to create for. No, you got create. Config.py, and in here I will create a class called dev_config. And this is going to be what we would do in the past, do something like app.config, and then debug equals true. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these. We don't always want, if it's production, you don't want to have debug running in production. So if you create configuration objects and import them, you can switch between different configuration settings much easier. So I'm going to create this class called dev_config. I'm going to say debug equals true, and then I want Flask. No. I want the SQL Alchemy database URI equal to a SQLite database. So data.db. Oh, what else is there? Let's see here. So there's also SQL Alchemy track modifications, which is going to be equal to false. There's a warning that will come up. This adds a lot of overhead. I forget exactly what it does. I just know that you're supposed to. I just know that it adds overhead if it's set to true, which I believe is the default, and if you don't set it at all, you get a deprecation warning. So it's just cleaning stuff up. All right, and then later on, I'm going to want a JWT for the JSON Web Tokens, JWT secret key. You could also use just secret key. So if you're using Flask login, you need secret. Electrancy. How are you this evening, or morning, or afternoon, wherever it is in your part of the world? Thanks for dropping in. Yes. Coders on Twitch. I am working on building up my. Building up my stream endurance, I guess. And starting the stream at 11:30 at night is probably not the best way to do that. However, we'll work at it. Doing awesome. Good. Great to hear that. Just working on, just doing some Flask stuff tonight. So prod config is basically going to be, obviously I don't want debug in there, but this is going to be a PostgreSQL database, and I'm hoping I can remember my local PostgreSQL. See, I normally do all of my, I know what it is on my Mac, but on Windows, I'm not really sure. Let me see here. pgadmin. See if I can remember what my password is here. The end goal is going to be, so I started writing a crypto tracker the other night, and that's what this is going to be as well. However, the one the other night was a web application, and this one's going to be a web API, is the one I'm working on tonight. So hopefully we'll get into some of the crypto tracking, but I'm just working out the boilerplate tonight. Let me see here if I can remember my password or not. No, I can't. This is not good. Let me see here. Okay, that's it. That's not the password I think that's not the password I wanted, but how can you change that through PG admin? Oh well, whatever. For now, I'm not gonna work it. I'm actually not. Well, I'm not doing anything like Solidity or anything. No, this is just there's an API that you can use for free. You don't even have to have a you don't even have to have a key for it. You don't even have to have an account here. From CoinGecko, and this is what I'm using here. So for example, if I want to go over here and ask for the price of Ethereum, and I want it in US dollars, execute. So then all I have to do is call this URL. Yeah. Now, they limit you to about, they say about 50 calls per minute. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up, when I put this, when I put this, when I end up deploying this to Azure, I'm also going to deploy a function with a timer trigger on it that'll just call, because you can do, let me see here. What's another one I'm trying to think? I think what is it? Oh, shoot. Is it Cardano? Yeah, Cardano, I believe. So Cardano, because you can put a comma separated list in here. There we go. Yeah. And it'll give you back multiple prices. So I'm thinking, okay, if I query, if I set up a timer to call this like every 5 minutes or something, I can just store those that in a database, and that's what I'll end up doing. Because this isn't anything serious. It's a demo application, so the timeliness of the prices is not as important. But then also be able to create like watch lists and is that a Lego rocket? Oh, right there. Yes, that is the Saturn V, which I believe. Let me see here. It's not a random question. I love to talk about my Lego. Oh, come on. I don't want the. Yeah. Oh no, it's still good. Okay, no. They're just on back order. I thought it had been retired. I thought, now the space shuttle over there, that one has been retired. That one's about, that one's close to 10 years old, actually. Yeah. Yeah, a couple weeks ago put together the medieval castle that came out last year because I got the blacksmith for Christmas. So I've got the little kind of medieval section going, and yeah, that castle, I'm not impressed by that castle at all, because I didn't really bump it at all. But at any rate, and it fell apart. The blacksmith is much sturdier. Okay, but at any rate, let's continue here and go back and but no, not a random question at all. Feel free to discuss Lego at any time. Okay, so this will eventually be a PostgreSQL database. However, okay, I've got to figure out real quick how to use pgadmin to change my PostgreSQL password. I do not know how to do that. Change password. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, it is. I'm not doubting that at all. Okay, what in the world here? Okay, what is just change password dialog? How do I get to it? How do I get to the change password dialog? You know something? We'll worry about that when we come to it. Yeah, now that space shuttle up there is standing vertically, and then over there I've got the one from last year, the one that's just the shuttle only with the Hubble rocket. That one I have knocked off. I have, in fact, I think there's still a piece missing from it. But I managed to get it so it's in the back, so you can't see it as bad. Yeah. So yeah, Lego has it. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Okay, but let's get back to here. Okay, so then what'll happen is I'll say from config import dev config, and then I'll pass dev config in here, and then everything, and then all these properties here. So, oh, I got to do one other thing. Well, two other things. I have to accept the config in here, and then I have to say app.config, app.config.from object, and then that object. Okay. All right, let's see here. What did I do? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. That was okay. And then get my notes back. I closed my notes. Okay. Yes, Python is my preferred language by far. I also do some C#. And then I've done some of the mobile languages like Swift and Kotlin, and even some Flutter with Dart. But Python is definitely my forte. I can develop quicker with Python than anything else. So yeah. C#, I have nothing against C#, especially in recent years as it's begun to learn a lot of stuff from Python. Still a little verbose for my taste. But nothing against it. Beats the heck out of Java. Which is why I like Kotlin so much, because it also beats the heck out of Java. Okay, but at any rate, so I've got my app here. And then in main.py, okay, so great. Okay, what would be the best thing to do next? Let me see here. Let's go ahead and set up the database. Okay, so what I'm going to need is I've already got Flask SQL Alchemy in here. And so I'll say from Flask SQL Alchemy import SQL Alchemy. And then I'll create an instance of SQL Alchemy. And I'm going to want to access this in other modules. So I will come down here and use this little trick for init app and pass the app to it. And that's basically the same thing as putting the app here. Okay. Now I need to create a model. And the first model that I'm going to have here is for a user. I'm calling it profile, but it's for a user. Right, models. init.py to turn this into a module. And then profile.py. Okay, from app, import db. Okay. And then I'll create my profile class. It'll import from db.model. Have to tell it what I want the table name to be called, which will just be profile. Thank you for the follow, Electrancy. Appreciate that. I'm going to create an ID. which will be a column, an integer, and it will be a primary key. And then we'll need a username, column, db dot not integer but string, say 64, nullable. I want that to be required. And then not a password, but a password hash. Column, db string 255 or 256 would probably be best. And then that one also is required. Okay, then I need a way to get the password into it, so I'll create an initializer, which will take a username and a password, and in there we'll set the instance variable, or the field rather, username to be username. For the password, and then password hash equals. Okay, and for this one there are many different ways to do this. I'm going to kind of, especially since I've been using Flask, kind of go for the low-hanging fruit here and say, was it from Werkzeug? It's German for tool, if I remember correctly. Dot security import, what is it generate password hash, and then this will generate password hash for the password. Okay, and that way we don't store the password in plain text. Now there are probably some security experts that may be freaking out over this, but it's good. But it's good enough for tonight. Also, so I'm not passing DB around all over the place. I'm just going to make it so that the object can be self-saved. Get the SQL Alchemy session. Add to it. The only thing is it doing bulk? Yeah, whatever. And then commit the db.session.commit. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. And then one more, so that when we're working inside of the shell, it's easy to see the value, the objects that we're working with. So I'll make a repr here, have that return a format string with the name of the object, and then just the username, because we obviously don't want to expose too much information about the password. Okay. So that's my profile. Now what I'm going to do is go back over to init, I believe, and bring in Flask migrate from Flask. This basically adds Alembic migrations to, or easily adds it to a Flask application, just like SQL Alchemy easily adds SQL Alchemy support. So import migrate. This one, I don't use the return value. Say migrate wants the app in the DB. Okay, I think that's enough now. I can actually do something a little bit useful. Oh, one more thing I want to do. Pip install Flask shell IPython. By default, what would happen is when I run the Flask shell, it would just use the Python REPL, the stock Python REPL, and this allows me to use IPython, which makes it quite a bit easier. Okay, so now if I run Flask, whoops, actually what I have to do is I need to do Flask, I need to export my Flask app equals main.app, because I did remember to do this. Yes, I did. Okay. So that'll be the module main and an application named app. And now if I do Flask, Flask shell. Actually, I don't need to do Flask shell yet. Whoops, actually I take that back. Actually, what I need to do is cd into app and create my database. So with Flask, so with Flask Migrate, you have it will not create a database for you. Instead, you have to create a database. And now, if I just do an exit, it should. No, it didn't. Oh, come on. This works on the Mac. What does it say? Databases? There we go. Yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to actually run a command on it. Okay. All right, and what this is, it's just a blank database with nothing in it. It's just a file. So now what I can do is, thanks to this right here, this adds the Flask DB command, which has a whole bunch of subcommands. Among them, init, which will set up migrations, and then migrate, which will generate a migration, and then upgrade, which will apply a migration. So I'll just run those here. Could not import app. What did I do? Oh, I think I messed it up. No. Cannot import app.main. Oh, I know what happened. I'm in the wrong directory. Okay, Flask DB init. There we go. And then that creates this migrations directory here, and it's got the versions which will have the individual migrations. So to create one of those, I'll do Flask DB migrate, and then that'll put a file in here. Well, eventually should. Oh, no changes detected in schema. What did I do? What did I do? I left something out. What? No. Oh, I have to, okay, I have to bring the model in here from app.model so it'll know about it. So import, models.profile, import profile. And even though it's not used, I just have to have it in there. Okay, now if I run the migrate script again, there we go. It says that it detected that table profile. And now if I run a Flask DB upgrade, and if I refresh this, you'll see that now I have this Alembic version, which is used internally by Flask Migrate, but I also have my profile. Table here. Now what I can do though is I've got these migrations, and if I package these or commit these with the application, then all somebody has to do is, if they clone this and want to run it themselves, all they have to do is run the actually all they have to do is run the DB upgrade. They don't even have to. In fact, if you try to run the Flask DB init again, it'll tell you the migrations directory is already there. So all you need to do is run that command, and then it'll automatically recreate all the tables and everything for you. Alrighty, let's play with this a little bit. So let's say Flask shell. Okay, and if I hadn't set that in the config, if I hadn't set this to false, then what would have happened is you would have seen a whole bunch of warnings there that are kind of annoying. But let's see here. Let's go ahead and say from app.models.profile import profile. And let's create a new profile. Equals. Well, it's probably from an earlier thing I was trying to do. Let's see here. Username equals, say, John Doe, and actually, hang on. I can actually. No. That was. Shoot. Okay. Username equals. What was I doing? We'll do that. Zach and password equals this very strong password here. Now, if I look at profile dot username, obviously, but if I look at profile dot, well, first of all, profile dot password doesn't exist, but if I look at profile dot password hash, that's what'll actually be stored. And then if all I have to do then is say profile dot save, and oh, come on. It's a bug. Okay, guess what? So we will simply restart Visual Studio Code. So what I'm doing, Electrancy, is restarting Visual Studio Code to clear out that bug for one. But hang on just a second. Let me. I should have used a VM for this. I didn't think about it. Oh, it didn't pick up my. Oh crap! It didn't pick up my virtual environment. Well, that stinks. Okay, let's see here. Export Flask app equals main app Flask shell. Okay. Okay, so but first of all, let me go back over here, get my database open again. Refresh. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what is this doing now? So what you just saw was like I said, my model, my profile model, I'm not storing the password in plain text because that's a security risk. So what I'm doing is as soon as in the initializer, when the password, which is basically the same thing, like it's similar to a constructor in C#, password, you'll pass that in, and instead of storing it, what it'll do is it'll generate the hash, which is this big ugly harder to decrypt or harder to use value. Then later on, when I start the API and create the login endpoint, pass a username and password, I'll look in the database for something with the username that equals what was passed in, and then what I'll do is I'll unhash this password. There's also a complementary check password hash function, which actually we can do that right now. Hang on. So let me see here. I'll say from app.models profile import profile. That's one of the nice things about IPython is it remembers what you've done in the past. And I can say profile equals profile.query, and then filter by where username equals, we'll say Zach. Get the first one. If I say profile.username, you'll see that that's the right one. However, I want to be able to validate that password. So if I just say my password is equal to this, which is what this comes out to, I could also say from Werkzeug security import, check password hash. And now what I can do is I can say check password hash, use the password hash from the profile. Oh, come on, there we go. And then the password that I want to validate against. And if this comes back true, it means that the password was correct. Whereas if I go in there and I put something in there, that's not the password, well, whoops, and use the correct syntax, then it will. So in other words, like I said, the whole thing is we never have to store the password. That's the whole idea, and that's what's allowing this to do. Okay, so now that that's working, let's go ahead and create the login endpoint. So I'm going to use Flask RESTful for that, And I will create a new folder here called resources. Because Flask RESTful, instead of using a view or a blueprint, which would be more appropriate in Flask, uses something called a resource, which we'll see what that is here in just a second. Okay, and I'm going to call this one the auth resource. So I'll put it in a I'll put it in a package called a module called auth, and I'll say from Flask RESTful import resource. And then I'm also going to need from Flask that works. From Flask import request, and this will just allow me to get information, data about the request, about the HTTP request that's being handled by this resource. Create a class. We will call this what? We'll call this login resource. That's going to derive from resource, and then because this is a REST API, there's a Python method for every single HTTP method. So for example, post, which is what I would want to use to log in, and then self. And then here's where I'll use that request. I'll say that the data coming back is equal to request.getJSON. And then I'll pull the username. I'll pull a username out of that, and a password out of that. Okay. And what I need to do next is I want to look for, right, I think that's what I want to do. Hold it. Going through my notes here just to make sure I'm not messing things up too badly. Yeah, no, I'm on track. Yeah. Because what I need to do is say from app.models.profile, import that profile model, because what I need to do is basically use something very similar to what I did down here. So equals profile.query.filter by, where the username this time is equal to the username that was passed to the JSON, and get the first one. If this finds a profile with a username equal to the one that was given, it will return that profile. Otherwise, it will return null or none in Python terms. And so if I say if not profile, which is basically the same thing as saying if profile is null, it needs to be lowercase, then I'll return a dictionary, which is just a collection of key value pairs, keys and values separated by colons, and the pairs separated by commas. In this case, there will only be one. I'll just say try again. And then also, and what will happen is since this is being returned from a method in a resource, Flask RESTful will convert this to JSON for me. And then also I can specify an HTTP status code as well. And there's an enumeration kind of. It's an object that's actually in the Python standard library called HTTP status, which has a bunch of values for different HTTP status codes to make things more readable. Bad request, which I believe is going to be 400. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. That'll work. Then I can come back in here, and here's where I need to bring in Werkzeug again from Werkzeug. I'm really good at saying that. Security import check password hash. I'll do the same thing that I did down here. say if not check password hash. The hashed password would be in the profile dot password hash, and then the password that I'm trying to validate is going to be the one that I pulled out of the JSON. Then I'll do the same thing. Return error, we'll say invalid credentials. And then this time I can say HTTP status dot. There should be an not authenticated. Where is it? Where would it be unauthenticated? Unauthorized. That's what I think it was. Okay. Now that's a unauthorized is a 401. Bad request is 400, if I'm not mistaken. If everything works, at this point, actually, what we would, well, for this, what I'll do is I'll return a message for right now just to test it, logged in, and then an HTTP status of OK. Now, eventually, what I'm going to do here in a minute after I test this to make sure it's working correctly, I will put JWT in here, and this will return, and I'll have this generate and return an access token instead. But for right now, let's go ahead and hook this up into the main app, which is going to be here. And I'm going to need to get something else from Flask RESTful. That's going to be API. And then down here, I'll say API equals API and hook it up to the app. And then also what I need to do is I need to get, do I do it here? Yes. Yeah. From app.resources. No, there we go. app.resources.auth import login resource, and then add it to the API, which will add it to the app through what's that? I forget what that property is called, that mathematical property. If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. App.add resource. And I'm going to add the resource, the login resource that I just imported, and I will add it to auth login is going to be the endpoint. All right. Now, I believe there should be enough that I can test this. I'm going to use Visual Studio Code's built-in debugging for this. So I'll go over here to run a debug pane, create a launch.json file, which will basically set the configuration for running this. And then there's some that are it's got some that are pre-built. Fortunately, one of them is Flask. It's going to ask me for the name of my of the application, or the path to the application, which will be the same thing as that Flask app environment variable that I said earlier. And in fact, that's exactly what it does here. It just sets that Flask app environment variable and some other things. Yeah, that'll work. And now all I need to do to run this, if I haven't made any typos, is simply click the Start Debugging button. And let's see what happens here. Okay. Nope, it's running. Now, I could... What was that? Oh. I could at this point attempt to go into the browser and access this URL here, this endpoint. However, making post requests from the from the location bar is rather difficult. So, and I hope this works. So, but however, there are a number of REST API testing tools that you can get through Visual Studio Code, and the one I'm obsessed with right now is called RESTbook. So. And tell me, oh yes, it worked. Thank goodness. That bug is not showing its ugly head. Basically, what this is a Jupyter notebook, except instead of running Python or R code or whatever, you are doing quasi-curl commands to hit RESTful APIs. So, for example, if I say I want to do a post to localhost 5000 slash auth slash login. And I want the content type to be application slash JSON. And then I'm going to, and then I'll create a JSON object here for my, I'll say username is equal to, what was it, Zach? And then the password is equal to, what was it, p@55word. Hit run, and that was okay. Everything worked, so the message says logged in. If I tried to pass a bogus password, it's going to give me the 401 authorized with the invalid credentials. And if I give it a bogus username, it's going to say a bad request. Actually, maybe that should be a 400. Maybe it should be a 404. Maybe that should be a 404. I don't know. But my point is, for right now, this is working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I need to go get something to drink. So I shall be right back. Let's get the music back again. Let's see here. So what do we need to do next? And the other cool thing about this is this REST book. I could actually even commit it with the repository with the code or something. Okay. And I can reuse this later. So let's go ahead and I guess Flask JWT is what I need to put in here. So let's see here. Let's close these. Close some stuff first. Okay, so I probably need. So what I need to do is I need to from Flask JWT extended import. I need to do here is JWT manager. That is what will that's what will associate the app with JWT manager, jwt.init app. But the main thing I'm going to do this time is I'm going to go back to my auth here, and I'm going to where is it? What am I doing here? All right. Do I have Discord? I have a Discord server. Yes. Let's see here. How it's kind of embarrassing, but you're the first person who's ever asked that. So thank you for the question, by the way. But I should probably know. I should probably have that Discord server. I have one, but I actually just haven't really used it. Let me see here if I can find how to get the URL. That's not going to do it. Let's see here. How do I get? Yeah. Oh, here we go. Apparently this is how you do it. Okay. I believe that is the link to my Discord server. So you'll find that there is a single channel in there. Actually, there's two channels in there. For some reason, there's a TensorFlow channel in there. I'm going to get rid of that channel. So, but I think that should work. That was the invite link. So I'm guessing itch.io. No, I don't. I actually until 5 seconds ago I had not heard of itch.io. What is itch.io? Not that. itc.io. It's gaming. Okay. It's gaming. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do have. I do have Steam, and yeah, I'm on Steam and Steam, Xbox Live, Nintendo Switch, Binary Chef on all those. Although I really don't play that many games. I don't have a lot of time. All right, so let's get back to this here and say from Flask JWT extended. I want to import create access token. For game dev. The MySpace of game dev. Okay. And instead of just returning a message that says you're logged in, if it's successful login, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the access token is equal to generate No, create access token, sorry. Create access to, oh, did I just, yes, I do that all the time. Exploring game design, well, yeah, that's that's something that I like to do, but when I have time, and I just don't have time. If I don't have time to play games, unfortunately, I probably don't have time to be to be making them either. I wish I had more time to do that stuff though. So then identity, I'll just use the username was passed in, and now I can have this message say access token, and then just the access token. Okay. So then what we'll be able to do is be able to use that access token in headers of future requests to authenticate as this user. So let's try that out real quick. I'm going to need, let's see here. So I'm going to need another resource, and we'll just, I don't know what I want to make. We'll call this resource portfolio, because eventually it will be. So we'll call this one portfolio. This will eventually be the portfolio of crypto that somebody has, and we want that to be tied to a particular user. So we're going to want to require login for this. Starting off, though, I'll just need to create a new resource, which will, excuse me. There we go. So from Flask, RESTful import resource. And then this class will be, we'll call it portfolio resource. It'll be a resource, def get self. And then for right now, we'll just return some kind of message. Your portfolio. This is actually going to be an opportunity in the future to do something very interesting. But I want to hook this up with JWT right now. And so all I need to do, I think, is from Flask, JWT extended import JWT required. And this yeah, well, I won't say I have no free time, but but these days I tend to spend my free time doing content creation rather than gaming. So in order to get to this now, I'll have to have an access token, and actually, hang on. I need to do this, JWT, get JWT identity. And then what I can do is I should be able to say current user equals get JWT identity. And then say something like current user. If that's an F string though. Whoops, an F string. I wonder if the uppercase stuff works. I've never tried that. Okay, and now what I should... Okay, so let's run this, or start debugging it. See if I... Well, I'm talking about... what I like to do is I'm trying to produce. So one thing that I do is I produce educational materials for software developers and technology professionals. But I'm trying to get to where I'm doing that more independently than I am for So I'm trying to get my own subscription site started, and it's, and so basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have it where I'm more in control of the process. So I'm spending a lot of my time right now doing that. Okay, so let's see here. If I go over here now, see, this is the nice thing about RESTbook. All I have to do, I can reuse this, and it gives me back my access token. So I will copy that, and it's a long one. So now if I go over here, I should be able to say, oh, I'm an idiot. Because what I need to do is I forgot to hook this up here from app.resources.portfolio, import portfolio resource, and then we'll say not app, but API.add resource, portfolio resource, and have that an import called portfolio. Okay. Now, I don't know if I need to go back and get another one, but I'll do it anyway. Okay, there's new access token. Now, if I say get localhost 5000/portfolio, and again a content type. No, how do I do a header with this? Oh shoot, I forgot. Okay, hang on. RESTbook, Visual Studio Code. I forgot how to do a header with this. Let's see here. Header. Oh, hold it. Just like that. Douglas, come on. Okay, authorization is going to be bearer. And then, you see here, that should be, what should I do? Okay. Let's see what happens here. If I do that again. Oh, come on. Where's the error being thrown? That's interesting. What did I do? I mean, okay, let's try this for just a second here. Let's see what happens here. Right. Which I... Oh, did I... Oh, is that what I did? I forgot to conclude the parentheses, I think. Okay, now let's try it. Maybe that's going to work. All right, it's telling me authorization bearer JWT. That's what I did. That's what I did. Oh. Doesn't want the quotes. There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Go back to Restbook. There we go, Zach, your portfolio. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so that much is working. Let's... That's another thing I'm working on, actually, about my website. I used to own... What do I still own that? The problem is that I've been having... Hang on, let me look real quick. Oh, come on. I've signed on this machine before. Grief. Let me see here. Do I still own that? I don't. So, do I have a website? I have a domain name. Let me put it that way. That right now I don't think. Actually, it might be hooked up to something very old. Let me see here. No, it's not even hooked up to that. It's not even hooked up to that anymore. Huh. That's kind of alarming, to be totally honest with you. Let me look at something real quick here. I know I still own that. Hang on. I know I still own it. Yeah, I know it's unavailable. Wonder who is. Yeah, So I still own myname.com, DouglasStarnes.com. I still own that. However, apparently, it's not pointing at anything right now. It's probably something I need to fix if I want to. It's probably something I need to fix if I want to get more. I have a dev.2 blog that I restarted recently, and I haven't really posted anything on there yet. Like I said, it's the problem is I don't get paid to do this stuff. So the stuff that I'm doing on here, I don't get paid to do it. So yeah, and I have a LinkedIn that I post to. The problem is that when I started doing Twitch, I started doing it with I was trying to separate things into my gaming stuff and then my personal brand, and I'm still working on trying to combine those two. Hold up. What did I do? No, that's cool. It's cool. Oh, did you not hear most of what I just said? That's cool. No, what I was just saying is that I said no. I enjoy the content creation. I really do. I really do, and I need to just put my energy towards that instead, because I do get paid to do some of that. But you know, it'll all work out one day. It'll all work out, because now that remote, especially for this industry, kind of seems to be is kind of becoming the de facto standard, especially for smaller smaller organizations. Or at least it's becoming closer to a de facto standard. Let's see here. Okay, so what can we do now? Well, what I could do is I could go off into I could go off on a tangent, I guess. Let's go ahead and see what I can do here and add the portfolio in. Actually make it, actually for somebody to make a portfolio. Let's see here. Let's see what we can do here. So let's get a models, and let's go ahead and make the portfolio just pi. And then inside here, I'll need to do from app import db again, and pull the microphone down. This will probably be the last thing I do tonight because it's been on an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so I need to do a class portfolio, which will be db.db.model, and then I need an ID, which will be a db.column, db.integer, and that'll be again primary key equals true. Okay, in this case, I'm going to want to have a coin ID, which will be a db.string. No, db.column, db.string. Those will never be more than 64. Null equals false. Okay, and then I've got to go consult a reference here from an app that I once did. So I'll make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay, so then what I need to have is I need to have the profile ID is going to be, now in this case coin ID is a string, but profile ID is actually going to be an integer. It will refer to, it's going to be a foreign key. Be a db integer, and db dot foreign key. I always screw this up. Let's see here. So that will be profile dot, it'll be ID. Okay, should be. And then and then I can also refer back to the profile. I don't know if I need to do this in this case. We'll go ahead and do it anyway. Relationship. Going back to profile. Oh, that's going to create. No. I can do this. Okay, Electrancy. Thanks a lot for dropping in. I appreciate it. Good talking to you. Come back. I will be back. I'm generally on at night, so feel free to come back at any time. Backref equals. How do I want to do this? Yeah, okay, that'll work. Okay. So what do I want to call this, though? Coins. So I'm going to call it, I think. Okay, I think that will work. Okay, let me see here. I think that'll work. Actually, I think I've already messed this up, but for right now, I think it'll work. Let me see here. So now I should be able to do a Flask DB migrate. Nope, that's not going to work because I've got to go back over here. And in my main, I got to do this. From app.model.portfolio, import portfolio. And now, let's try it again. Okay, what the heck happened here? Target database is not up to date. Sure it is. It didn't do anything. What? What did I do? I shouldn't have to do that. I didn't. Okay, fine. Why? What? Oh, hang on. I'm in the wrong. Oh, that could be my. That might be my. That's my problem, probably. Last DB migrate. There we go. I was in the wrong shell. Okay, I hope I didn't screw anything up. There we go. Now if I refresh this, I should have... Okay, I've got my portfolio. Okay, that's what the problem... So, I was stuck down here in this one and no, hold it. Oh, I'll bet though... let me see here. Echo, Flask app. Yeah, that was the problem. I couldn't find the Flask app. Okay. Let's just get rid of that one. And that one. And terminated due to an error. Oh, that's... Okay. All right. So now I need to be able to... let's see here. So if I want to add to the portfolio, JWT required. Let's go ahead and do a def put self. Let's say current user equals get JWT identity. That's the way I'm going to do it for right now. I'll come back and refactor this later. But from app.models.profile, import profile. And I'm going to go ahead and do this because I'm going to need it here in a minute. Portfolio. Okay, so I'll say profile equals profile.query filter by username equals current user dot first. Okay. Also, we'll say coin ID here because I need a portfolio That might not have been the best name for that, but at any rate. Portfolio coin ID equals coin ID and what did I call that? Okay, and profile equals profile. Let me see here. And then also, I forgot to do this earlier. Def init self coin ID profile self dot coin ID equals coin ID and self dot profile equals profile. And then def save self try this db dot session dot add self db dot session dot commit. Okay. Whoops. Sticky keys are getting to me here. Okay, now return. This should be post. This should be post. Return message added with an F string. Yeah, that's right. Added coin ID to portfolio. Okay, let's see if that'll work. Get my token. Let's go down here and let's do a... Oh, I didn't add it to the app. Shoot. Forgot to do that. Okay. No. Okay, I messed up. Nope, I'm gonna need class manage portfolio resource. Okay, now this, we'll go back over here. Nope, right here. And manage portfolio resource. Portfolio resource. Portfolio resource. And now when I add this one in to here, okay, it's going to be api.add resource. Manage portfolio resource is going to do portfolio add coin ID. There we go. There we go. I think that's what I want. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Okay, so now get an access token. Okay, now if I do a put localhost 5000 portfolio / add Ethereum, and then content type. Do I need that? No, I don't. All I need is authorization, bearer. Let's see if that works. Method not allowed. Huh? Oh, because I changed it to post. Okay, it says it worked. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's go over to portfolio. Ah, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, great. I'm surprised I got that right the first time. Okay, let's see here. So now what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to get, because this really shouldn't be portfolio. This should really be watch list. Shoot. Oh well. I named it wrong. Okay. Let's see here. What do I want to do now? I also want to go back in there. I want to be able to delete. So we'll do that as well. Acquire def delete self coin ID. Current user equals JWT identity. Okay, now this time I want to say that portfolio, no. Portfolio equals portfolio dot query dot filter by where profile equals no, actually what we need to do is get this profile. Profile equals profile, and this is probably a we'll see here. Filter by coin ID equals coin ID dot first. And what I would want to do here is make sure it's not already in the portfolio. I need to go back and do that. But for right now, check something here. There's probably a better way to do this. Oh, come on. Get lost. Oh, good grief. Let's see here. That's not, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this. Before I do this, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Because there's something I just thought of. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. When you're using SQL Alchemy outside of Flask, there's much more you have to do. But Flask SQL Alchemy makes it just this easy. Okay, so I guess that's all I need to do is technically there should only be one. So I technically should be able to do this. But now I have to bring DB in. Okay, that should not cause a circular reference. I'm getting tired, and so this might not work, but we'll see here. Return message removed. Coin ID. Come on. From portfolio. And then here, this will do an HTTP status of no content. For right now, I'll just do the same here. That's not right, but I just want this to work for right now. Okay. So let me go over here. Get an access token. And this time I'll add Cardano. No content. Oh. Okay, then I better do this. But it did. Okay, put it in there. That's fine. That's all I care about. Because now I want to basically copy this and paste it, except all I want to do is delete. Okay, let's see what happens here. Nope, worked perfectly. Okay, I thought I was gonna have to do a lot more than that. So this is work. Okay, so this is working out really well. Oh no, I don't want to save that. Okay, let's go ahead. Actually, I can probably use what I did, or some of what I did the other night. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go into my models. I'm ended up staying on longer than I expected, but and we'll say coins.py, and we'll do from app.models from app import db class coin comes from db.model. ID equals db.column, db.integer, primary key equals true, coin ID equals db.column, string 64, nullable equals equals false. Current value equals db.column, db.float, and then timestamp equals db.column, db.date time. I think that will work. Let me make sure here. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. That's one thing that I forgot to do. Table name equals coin. Actually, it doesn't make a whole lot of... I didn't do it in this one. Hopefully this will not make a big deal with the migration. Table name equals portfolio. Okay. Well, I don't want that to be coins. I want that to be coin. Okay, then save yourself. Session.add self and db.session.commit. Okay, and we'll go ahead and do a repr. I don't think I need an initializer here. No, that's good. That's good. I'm getting tired. Say coin. And then coin ID. And then current value. It's got to be self. Say USD. No, that's fine. I don't need to put USD in there. Okay, save that. And then let's see here. Let's put util, not urls, or gecko. Let's do that. Gecko. Okay. And then no, simple. Okay, because that's what I probably need to make it. Yeah, I probably should. Okay, so then we'll do def price that takes a coin ID. I'm going to make it mimic the API over here, I think. Try something a little different. And then VS currencies. Now, this is also going to be something interesting. Okay, so I know that the URL will be here. Okay, come on. I'm getting tired. Copy. All right, now. And look at the IDs. Okay, now base URL dot format is going to be coin ID. No. Dot join coin IDs and join VS currencies. I need requests for this. And I need to import requests. And now I can say response or gecko response. Response equals requests dot get gecko URL. Data equals gecko response dot JSON. You know, something I tried to get too cute. So I'm going to instead, for right now, I'm just not going to, I'm going to just do one for right now. Okay, response JSON, current value. Oh, hold it. Hold it. From app models.coin import coin. Current value equals data. Now hold it. If I do just one, yeah, it's still okay. Yeah. Current value equals data for the coin ID for VS currency. There we go. That should work. And then what I need to do is I need to create, I'm going to need date time. Import date. No, import date time. Okay. Then I need to create a new coin. Coin equals coin. And what did that take again? Coin ID. Let's put this right here for right now. Coin ID equals coin ID. Current value equals current value. And timestamp equals date time dot date time dot now. And then coin dot save. Okay, for right now, I'm going to do this. And I should actually be able to do a... Let's do Flask shell. And say from app dot gecko dot simple import price, and if I say price for Ethereum and USD. Ugh. Oh, no such table. Okay, I didn't migrate. I didn't do my migration. Flask DB migrate. No changes detected. Ah, because I didn't do this here. From app models dot portfolio, not portfolio, coin. Import coin. There we go. And then Flask DB upgrade. Okay, now let's go back to Flask shell. And do from, that's good. And then do price Ethereum USD. Okay, now if I refresh this, go into coin. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, eventually there would be a timer that would update this. But for right now, okay, let's get rid of that and that. Let's see here. I want to go be able to get the portfolio. Okay, so there's a better way to do parts of this, but okay, so let's see here. Okay, so we'll say portfolio equals. No, I'm going to get profile first. Profile equals profile.query.filter by username equals current user. First, and then portfolio equals filter by profile equals profile. I want all of those. Then I'm just going to do this by brute force just to get it working. Shoot, I wish I could do it a different way, but we'll say portfolio dictionary equals this. And then for coin in portfolio, no, for holding. I don't. Investment. That's what I need to say. For investment in portfolio, coin equals. One other thing I want to confirm real quick. Mainly because I'm tired. Let me see here. That's not right. Hang on just a second. Hang on, what in the world? I know I've got that in here somewhere. There we go. Okay. Okay, so coin is going to be equal to coin. Query, I want to do an order by. And in this case, I can do a coin dot timestamp. Coin.timestamp dot descending, because I want the most recent one first. And I need to bring in coin from app.models.portfolio import coin. Yikes, not what I wanted. Okay, dot first. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And then, because the coin has the ID and current value, yes. Okay. So, portfolio dict dot or sub coin dot coin ID equals coin dot no that's right, coin dot current value, and then return portfolio. That's hold it, that needs to be filter by coin ID equals investment dot coin ID. Now I should say report and then HTTP status dot OK. What did I? Yeah, that's not what I want. Okay. Let's see if that works. Oh. Okay, let's go over here to RESTbook and let's get a token. And whoa. I got it right the first time. Okay, this is actually somewhat amazing that I'm doing this right the first time. Let's do this. Let's try it again. Let's try this here. And let's add Cardano. Okay, added Cardano. So now if I go back up here to get my entire portfolio, oh, there's one thing I am going to have to do first. I am going to have to do a Flask shell real quick. And then price, because I don't have it right now. I don't have Cardano in there. In USD. Okay, now though, when I do this, I should get back, and I get back Cardano as well. Okay. Well, I'm going to call this a night. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ready to be put into Git. So I'm going to create a git ignore file, and this is where I really have to be careful. Do I want to save changes made to RESTbook? No, not tonight. All right. So, one thing I do want to do is before I do this. No, I can create the git ignore first. I can create the git ignore still. But, okay, and PyCache, and .vn and .vscode. I want to leave the migrations, but data.db needs to go. Okay, and now I can do the requirements.txt. Yeah. Okay, so if I do I'm going to do it like this. Pip freeze goes to requirements.txt. That came out requirement, but whatever. We can rename it. I don't care right now. Okay, I want to... anything that I did not explicitly put in there. All right. That should be enough. Now, I should. I'm gonna keep the name because I like the name. And now I'll put it into GitHub. And I'll go ahead, I'll make it public. Make sure I didn't screw it up that bad. Okay. That looks good. All right. So whoever might still be watching out there, or might be watching this in the future, thank you very much for stopping by. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning where I am. I'm going to continue to build on this, hopefully tomorrow night. And I'll post this VOD on my YouTube as well. So I'll talk to everybody later.